It's been 1 week since I got news of what happened to this film project that I was on because of a certain person who might be watching this right now, because after our debate or arguments that we had on the phone, they love to send me a wonderful clip of myself from my YouTube channel. So thank you for the likes. I appreciate that. So I'm hoping they see this, but to let other people know what's going on. Project that I was part of, that I've ranted and talked about, was taken down because of a certain person who decided that for whatever reason, outside of contractual situations, that they could just have it taken down, stating that it was removed by using very unorthodox methods, I believe, but I can't prove completely at this time, but I am more than certain of what they did. And to this day, I still don't know what this person wanted, because the hindsight of it is, if they would have let the film just win, they could have came in and taken all the glory for I Care, and then take the project and put it in all kinds of other film festivals. But this particular one was like a really big one for everybody. And at the sake of someone or other people's hard work is the other thing I don't understand. As a fellow artist, why would you want to stop another artist from succeeding if you have that power, in a sense? Or just for this one moment, you have full control to help people succeed, but you're stopping all these people maybe having a personal attack with one person to keep them from it happening. I don't know if it was for money, if it was for fame, if it was just being a prude, if it was just being spiteful, vengeful, some type of revenge. I'm not sure, and I don't think I'll ever get an answer. You deal with manipulative people in your life and you see patterns. It's very odd. And this one particular person, if you're watching, was quite very much manipulative. They used manipulative tactics to make you think things were okay. There's a point when you give a manipulator what they want. They don't want to tell you what it is, per se, but you're willing to do whatever they want. And they're still not going to be happy. And I don't think this person would have been happy no matter what. We had this very interesting, aggressive, over-the-phone debate, discussion, I don't know what you want to call it, where they kept harping about wanting this footage, which I was happy to give them. But due to the fact that we had so many fights and debates, and there was the backstabbing, and I'm being name called, not to mention all the other harassment stuff that has gone on over the past few months with this person, which I don't think they've ever apologized for, I said, I'm not going to meet you in person. I will gladly give you a link to download all the files, which was over 100 gigs. And they harped and harped and harped about it being on a physical drive. They wanted me to take time out of my day to go meet a police officer, to pick up a physical drive from them, external hard drive, take it back to wherever I need to take it back, download all the footage, and then drive that back to them, when simply they could just go to a link that had all the files on there in great quality, and they could download that into their computer, into their hard drive, because it was going to take about 3 hours, because it's a lot of data. And they just could not agree to that. And this is where I question their mental faculties. Granted, they have some other issues that I don't know the depth of, but I see it on the surface level, and I feel bad for them. I really do, and I care about them. And the thing is, I wanted them to be part of this. I wanted them to succeed in this. This is the only reason why I got into business with this person, was to give them a project, to give their directorial debut, me get a script that was sold and published or produced. Everybody wins. It was the most simple thing in the world, and I stepped into a viper pit because now I'm finding out all sorts of things about this person who I thought I knew, and I'm finding out there's so much other stuff that this person has done that, had I known these things, had I just made 3 phone calls probably, I would not be in this situation with this person. So I hope they're seeing this, and this is going to be constantly kind of pointed towards them. It was funny. We had this fun streaming match, and we had all these group text messages because this person just couldn't just deal with me specifically. He had to put me on a group text message with this person, and then a group text message with this person, and it was just all this back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And they did this stuff before, even in production, where they had me on 5 different group text messages talking about the same thing. And this is where you're starting to get to a person who has manipulative tendencies, is that they will start to try to make fun of you, or they will try to find something to make you feel silly. And I got this one clip of me that, and you can go on YouTube and watch it. It's me pretty much doing a manifestation technique of talking about, man, what if we win this? Like, what if this goes here? And why, like, this is the whole point we put stuff on YouTube. It's a video journal, and I love this. This makes me more comfortable on camera. You want to see my journey? Great. If you don't, great. But I'm not putting these videos out here for the sheer fact that I'm hoping no one sees these things. That's the point. I put these out here because it's a journey, and I want you to be part of it and connect with people. I really do enjoy connecting with people. But yeah, the film got pulled. And I go back and forth on my decision, because there was a point we had to have all 3 parties to agree on whatever changes. Again, kind of looping back, which I kept asking said person about, and they just kept being very childish, saying, I don't have to tell you anything. Which, I don't understand. It's like, we're adults here. Like, if you can't simply just tell me the changes, like, why are we fighting this? And the only changes that I can think of is that they just wanted to put their logo in front of everyone else's, and they were trying to muscle me out of a director credit, which there was no need to. If you didn't do the work, you shouldn't be credited for the work. You can get producer credit because you did produce something. Or if you're that hell-bent on it, then we would just do a co-director credit. But that person never did any of that work because they had personal situations that kept them from doing it, mentally and physically. And it wasn't a fight about that. So, yeah. It's interesting that someone would want to be credited for something that they didn't do. Either way, the weirdest part of it all, the weirdest part of it all is that for 3 days we fought and went back and forth, and they backstabbed everybody twice. And that they said, at the end they said, we need all 3 people to agree that are involved in the semantics of this production. And the said person that I've talked about all this time said, we'll agree to it because we'll make whatever changes. The other party, she said yes. So I was the final answer. And this beginning person who was going back and forth with me just kept threatening me with like, I'm gonna pull the video if we don't do this, and just constantly going every time, just throwing in the face. And we're on a deadline here. Like, we need to solve this today. And we have been fighting for 2.5, almost 3 days now. And they've blocked me already. With very, again, such manipulation tactics. Just had to get the final word in, and bye, you're blocked. Would only communicate potentially through other group chats, but doesn't matter. At 3:30 p.m. we have a deadline at 5. I get a text message from other people or another person that is communicating through him, stating that he feels bad and we should work this out and move forward. I have lost sleep. I have been working my job too. I have a day job that I still have to do. And I was out of town driving probably 6-8 hour days, not to mention working late at night. So I've been exhausted physically and mentally, and dealing with this as well. And this bozo comes in and tries to pull right at the end. Couldn't give the courtesy to unblock me and text me at least, or even call to apologize or say, hey, we need to work this out. Let's have an adult conversation. Let's be men about this. Let's talk this out and figure it out. Because at this point, the whole point of this film was for the cast and crew to take it somewhere. Like, they were just as much a part of it, all because we had situations with said person that we had to change things last minute. So the project got to be part of them, or they are part of the project. So this was not about me. This was about everyone winning and everyone's getting showcased in their hard work and efforts, and like so many hours spent for this one person to take it away from all of them. And so as much as on the offensive and stress that they were putting me through, I came back and said, if like I wanted this person, I started making my own demands. Like, we have an hour and a half left. So if you're going to start playing nice now and want to be all the time to be, okay, fine. Then at least give me the courtesy of apologizing. Just a phone call or a text. I wanted a video of them admitting what they did was wrong. Just proof. Or just giving certain things that they can do to make this work. I wanted my script back. I got like on the offensive because I was angry, man. So angry. And I said, threatened him. I was like, okay, if I'm not going to get what I want, then the film's dead. Because deep in my heart, I wanted to say yes. I wanted to say with every part of me to say yes, just like move forward. I've taken enough. I've turned the other cheek enough times. I've turned the cheek so many times. And I just wanted to say yes. And I knew just so deep in my heart that if I agreed to whatever this person said, it wouldn't be enough. People like that are can't deal with happiness. They can't deal with things actually working out with success. And I feel that's probably why they had to step down last minute when the production started, because this thing was actually going to happen. This thing was going to work. This thing was going to take off. They even made a text message that seemed kind of sketchy too, stating that they were setting up a production company as a shell company in case it failed. And we have that on text. 5 o'clock comes. I send a text message like, this is the email I'm sending at 5:07. If I'm not getting anything, I even emailed that person. I said, hey, what are we doing? What are we doing? Like, the fact is that you can't give a simple phone call or something. That's just cowardice in my opinion. And these are all facts. This is not me trying to dolly up anything. If someone tries to pull the whole slander card. No, we're going to do facts because these are the things that actually happened. 507. I sent them an email and I said no. And it hurt. It hurt. That night I couldn't sleep. It was about 9:45, 10 o'clock, and I decided to send the Film Prize a very heartfelt email, crying while I typed it away, just saying I'll do anything at this point, pleading like I'll do whatever. Please just take my decision and resend it. Please let me change it. Like, this is not about me. This was never about me. This was about the cast and crew. Like, this was for them to win. And they said no. And I respect that decision. I do. But something just told me if I said yes, this guy would have just kept on finding more and more ways to just hold this one thing over our head. Hold this tiny little thing over our head. I've been in relationships like that. They give you this feeling that if you don't work this out with me, I'm gonna leave. And you wonder, like, why am I putting so much effort? Why am I trying so hard? It's like, if this person wants to go, just go. Stop playing games. And that's what it felt like. I just felt for the next however long until the festival or whatever else we do after this, that they would constantly be pulling up that one thing, saying, hey, if you don't do this, I'm going to pull the film. If you don't do this, I'm going to pull the film. If you don't do this, I'm going to pull the film. Like, no matter how many times we would agree and keep giving and giving, it wouldn't be enough. And what's odd is that now that the film's been kind of taken out, I'm not hearing anything from this person. They're being very quiet, which is odd. So if you're watching this, hey, just seeing what's going on, man. Anytime you want to, since you're a true artist, and I'll speak directly to you at this time, since you're a true artist or whatever you're trying to do in the film industry, I'd really like to know. I hope all is well. I hope you're taking care of yourself. But yeah, I guess it's just, what was your intentions this entire time? Were you hoping to just win some money? Were you trying to get famous for this? Were you just thinking this is how things are done in the film industry, that you just take all the work and steal all the credit and think it's gonna make you famous or get you some big break? Especially at someone at your level. You're not at a certain particular level, but yet you want to hold art back. And I would assume that since you're a fellow actor or performer, or you run a business that's in this industry, that you can understand why we're always trying to build each other up. Why we're trying to make these projects, because we want to have something we can be proud of. We want to work with people that we can be proud of. We want to be able to see growth. I want to be able to work with actors, directors, producers, script supervisors, ADs, PAs. I want to see people that have started as a PA or a background actor and see them as a director, see them as a big time actor, see them winning awards. I want to be part of that success. I don't want to be their success. I want to be part of their success, pardon me. So whatever your intentions, man, it's wild. that you would just sit on something that has real potential and a chance to win things, and that you would just lock up something so profound and interesting from the world for whatever vendetta that you have, and you can't even speak it. If you're truly scared that this film was going to be doing so good, all on account of me, if it's personal, then by all means say it's personal. If you're scared of the success, just say you're scared of the success. I truly want to see you win, man. I really do. And I hope the best. To everyone that's watching today, I wish you the best as well. I wish you success, and read your contracts. Take care.